Alright, let's just dive into it. As has often been said before, the key to not being disappointed in life is having low expectations. So, I'm kind of expecting to get dumpstered with our pile of underpowered artifact cards, but maybe Vantress Gargoyle and Steel Overseer together will surprise us, although it takes a while to attack with this one, so we'll see. Let's dive on into a constructed event and see how this goes. Hey, thanks for the 17 months and for the very generous tier 2 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around, Captain Magar. Dealer's choice. Thank you for that. Hey, thanks for the 22 months. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. They can't catch me, chat. I'm the gingerbread man. Was my favorite deck you played yesterday. Definitely the blue-red. Definitely the blue-red alliance deck. And as a heads up for people that are newer to my content, every single day, not just during set releases, I tag 1 or 2 deck lists as my favorites for that given day. And you can always find them on my website here. So if you're ever wondering which of the pile of deck lists that Jeff played yesterday did he really like, you have an answer to that question. Always like to make information easily accessible here in Hoaglandia. Wow! Main deck Mystical Dispute. That's kind of a tilt. Little bit of a tilt. Morning Troll. We're ideally waiting to cast these until we hit a third blue source. The card quality says giraffe, but the consistency says you did this on purpose. Yeah. I guess I could technically... I technically could have untapped this and attacked, although we just played around Fairy Duelist, I guess. Didn't untap this and attack because I was playing around Fairy Duelist like a pro. Fez, thanks for the 19 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It's easier to cast Cancel. Calling Mana Leak Cancel is ambitious. I do think Mystic Dispute is great, but calling it Cancel I feel is disingenuous. Thank you for the 15 months, Will of God. Welcome back. That's sick value. Draw the card, play the Clockwork Servant. Ding. We've actually played a submarine deck before on stream. Just for the record. And look at that. The concession power of the very busted Silent Submersible. They're playing green-blue stuff, so Mystic Dispute's probably good. Hey, Akaradar, thank you for the 20 months of support. Welcome back, I appreciate that. I mean, I wish upon a well to find my second land to sell. And before we miss our second land, whew, that pause there, they'd have ended our entire career, Chad, if they would have disputed our witching well. They didn't know. Don't tell Scotty, chat. Scotty doesn't know. Yeah, the submarine should really, like, at the very least have Island Walk. Hey, Magic Dexter. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Hope your Friday's treating you well. Yeah, I like the new opt art too. Concur. Probably gonna get canceled. Darn kids and their cancel culture. Ooh, it didn't. Alright. Yeah, I'd be surprised if this deck is good. The average card quality in this deck is incredibly low. This card's probably playable on its own though. It's a big boy. I think they're playing some kind of flash deck. Yeah, looks like it. I will say Witching Well as a card has been very, very good. We might win this first game just based on, like, Gargoyle beats here, though. Their graveyard's got 2 in it. It's going up to 4 and then going up to 7. Like, I'm going to have quad Gargoyles next turn, which kills very quickly. I think Brazen Borrow will replace Click/Stiflebird in Jeskai Tempo. Well, I haven't been playing Stiflebird in Jeskai Tempo. I don't think it replaces Click. It's a little bit different. You can probably play it in addition to. And I think the flash decks are just popular because it's a style of deck that people really like playing. I also think it really shows how much people like playing it because, like, the opponent, this archetype is just not very good. Like, the power level of this archetype in proportion to how many people play it does not match. Oh, that's actually really unfortunate, right? That just, like, ends our entire career here. Flashlight, blue eye control, it's popular because they feel smart playing it. Yeah, it's exactly right. That is exactly correct. Well, can't block because protection's an interesting mechanic. There were a lot of things that didn't have cards rotate out of them, Branch. Flash is definitely on the list of things that didn't have much rotate, but... Alright, so they have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'm at 15. And that's a mystical dispute. So I think I just attack for 20, right? Just like send in the 20 ball. And then I think I just hold this up. Go. There might be we were talking about like just highlighting cards that felt good yesterday. There's probably a great Henge deck that likes this card. If I had to venture a guess. Yeah, we just won there on the back of a 5-4. Which is one of the reasons why I accept great Henge. It's the green artifact. Sure. Mystical Dispute's great. Yeah. I think every blue deck, there were a lot of cards printed in this set that are very easy, like just include them in every deck of their color, and Mystic Dispute's on the list. As always, I'm just gonna make a command. That's a command that a question that gets asked enough. I got gifted a sub, so it's my first non-pleb stream. How do we celebrate things in this channel? Something about morning, Shivo. Welcome to Hooglandia. Got the full Hooglandian experience this morning. Robbie Blitz, thanks for the 2 months of Prime support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Really? Okay. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and play the Serpent out here. So that way I can start pumping up the jam with this. Pump up, the bump up, the wump up, the jam. And this might be a game we steal too. Like, Steel Overseer is really good. I'm not quite sure why there's Renowned Weaponsmiths in this deck. It's kind of a weird inclusion to me. I mean, the answer to what deck you should play in the thing is mono red, right? Mono red's clearly busted. I mean, I guess it helps cast Mystic Forge, but we really don't have much to ramp into, right? Corridor Monitor untap Overseer. I could see that. I think some McFlash is good. I do not. We're gonna end this man's entire career. Boop boop. I guess they had to block there. They were dying, but still eating their wolf feels good. It's funny that we're randomly like winning this matchup again because like what's the word that I'm searching for? The opponent's deck just like, because our deck just like happens to have a bunch of cheap things in it, and the opponent's deck just like can't beat decks that get on the board, which is really amusing. But in my disputes and my Aether Gust. Oh boy. No gamble, no future, chat. This hand's great if we draw a land on 2. Never didn't have it. Yeah, keep in mind that the bot in chat can look up cards for you. Exclamation point, card name. We'll get you some text. The Stream Decker overlay also has a bunch of cards on it. Seems decent enough. I don't really think it is, though. Like, it's a mana dork that only ramps into very specific things. Land. Rats. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Gingerbrute, 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 doo-doo-doo. Don't wolf me. If they have a wolf here, we're dead. If they don't have a wolf, we're in a good spot. Renowned Weaponsmith lets you peek at the top of your deck with Mystic Forge and exile lands to get gas. What is it? What does it do? I feel like I'm forgetting part of the text on this card the way you're talking. It makes 2 mana and it finds an artifact. Does it do a third thing? Is there a third part of text? The text on this card that I am forgetting? Oh, it shuffles. Okay, that's cute. The other ability is you can shuffle. Sure. I'm not attacking because they have a bunch of flash creatures that can block. For people wondering why we're not attacking. Really just want to draw a third land so we can go Overseer with Dispute up. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot this. Yikes. Alright, counter me. Yep. Man, getting to dispel that would be so good. He is a food token with legs. It's a great flavor. Sick. I'm only gonna play this for 1. So I can leave up the dispute here. Am I beating a wolf? I can probably beat a wolf from this position. I'm gonna play a little conservative here. Yeah, pro multicolor on here is not nothing. Oh, Manifold Key double lets us rediddle this. Yeah, that's sweet. Wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, it's Voltaic Key plus, right? We're gonna pump up the jam pretty quickly here. Pump up, the wump up, the bump up, the jam. Huh? Am I doing this? I think I'm just jamming. Welcome to the Space Jam. Do 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 do. Nice Thump. Yeah, there's a lot of great decks in the queue. A lot of good things coming up. Do 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 do. Yeah, the Flash deck. The Flash deck has a lot of really low power level cards in my experience. As someone who would desperately like the opponent's archetype to be good, it's just really not. I mean, like, Steel Overseer is a busted card, right? Good morning, Jet. You're up early for the left coast. This is definitely the style of deck that, like, as we get more and more sets printed into Historic, like, there's gonna be a Steel Overseer deck that's good in Historic at some point. It might be a year from now when we finally get enough artifacts for that to be the case, but we will eventually hit a critical mass of artifacts and make this style of deck good. Alright, we have turn 2 Weaponsmith, turn 3 Mystic Forge. Let's do it. My mana's going to be pretty spake 4 for the next few turns. I'm just going to play this as a 1-drop. Yeah, I hope Historic... I'll bet Historic takes off. In fact, so not next week, but probably the week after. We'll see where Standard Hype ends up at, but at some point in October for sure, we're going to add a... That's great. At some point in October for sure, we're going to add a weekly Historic day to the stream. And even if we don't have a queue for it, we're going to do sub-battles, I think. Huh? Does playing Mystic Forge here even really accomplish anything? It doesn't, right? I kind of want to do this to start, and then, like, play Manifold Key here, I think. Still only 21 standard players on Moto, so I can't play yet. I mean, are you surprised? That's actually a fun metric. There hasn't been 32 people join yet. Yikes. This gives the very red trample mechanic here. So I get to block, but most of it tramples over. Yikes. Alright, bring to life the Manifold Key here. Yeah, I think 8 mana cards or 7 mana cards, whatever that costs, is way too much, Sunshine. Alright, taking 5, 6, 7 here. Unfortunately, Vantress Gargoyle can't block unless I have 4 more cards in my hand, so this isn't doing anything anytime soon. Looks like we hit an efficient aggro deck and we're just gonna get run over, believe it or not. Wait, what? It hit me in the face first and like came back to get the Stonecoil Serpent? Like, Hold on. Forgot something. I guess I could technically play this out, huh? Maybe they don't realize. I guess it crews Silent Submersible, right? So it's not just useless. I think we're dead. We're probably dead here. Driving in my sub, beep beep. I think we're dead, right? This is 2, 4, 5. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Get your quests. Cast your spells. It always hits this one last. It went creature. It went boop, 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 boop. Why you boop him last? What did he ever do to you? Cerulean Drake sounds great here. Aether Gust sounds great. Yeah, it must be something with protection, huh? However the animations line up with protection. Frogify. Loses all abilities because of 1/1. Yeah, that sounds great. It's not taking damage, so it goes last. Oh, protection. So many awkward corner cases. I guess. Yeah, questing Beast Hosing protection is, I'm sure that was intended to a degree, but it's still super awkward and definitely a big feels bad. Protection's like an OG mechanic. For reference. Things as convoluted as protection don't get created recently anymore. Hey, nice Morikar. Hope you enjoy your products. Their sleeves are great. I honestly, just to be a good healthy shill for a moment, I don't understand why people, especially people who play competitive events, like, would use more expensive sleeves. Because, like, if you're an actual competitive Magic player, you should be changing your sleeves before every major tournament anyways. And if you're changing your sleeves before every major tournament, like, spending $10 or $12 on a pack of sleeves just really doesn't make sense. And their latest Elite Guard 2s are just really good. I'm gonna Frogify this dork. Good morning, Jace Alpha. Thanks for the third of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So this card was, like, really good against the... This card was really good against the flash decks we played against, but it's been really middling here. It's basically just, like, a 2-drop that doesn't do anything, so, like, I'm not keeping my hand full. Like, my hand's getting empty pretty quickly in these games. You know what's actually kind of funny? This, along with Aether Gust, technically lets us, like, kill a red thing, right? I think I'm gonna play this for 3. So that way I can use this to rediddle the Vantress again. Pre-sleeving your lands. I would heavily recommend against pre-sleeving your lands for anything competitive. For F&M or whatever, it's fine. Alright, there are 4 cards in their bin. That's really aggressive. Friendo. Whoopsie. Whoopsie poopsie. Mystic Forge. Do I even want to play this out? Mystic Forge. I'm not sure that I do, huh? I think I just want to hold up Aether Gust here. I guess Aether Gust can exile it from in play, too. Alright, coffees for closers, and Vantress Gargoyle's about to get himself a cup of joe. The Booty Snacks. Thanks for the 4 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Alright, down to 4. That's so awkward. Do 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 do. I'm gonna attack like this, so I have them dead next turn. I have this, and I have these to not die as well. So, you're dead. Yeah, I agree, Zero. We're talking about this card feeling a little bit medium, but while it did nothing early, it did close very quickly once it was active. Like five's a lot of power. I think I'm happy with how we're boarded. Yeah, if they God's willing the feather for blue, the enchantment falls off. I think there's a chance they don't understand that interaction though. Yeah, protection randomly makes enchantments fall off is one of the many lines of text that it has. Yeah, protection does it retroactively. So if there's an enchantment on a creature and you give a protection from the color of that enchantment, the enchantment falls off. Yeah, equipment too. If you give her protection from colorless, give her of runes and protection from colorless, making equipment fall off has been super relevant. Hey, MNN, thanks for doling out a sub gifty. Happy Friday to you. Yeah, Gargoyle's been kind of impressive, honestly. I wonder if there's a Gargoyle Great Henge deck. There probably is. We played a blue-green Henge deck yesterday, but it didn't have Gargoyle in it. It's probably worth exploring. Things are going swell, Eminem. Freshly rotated standard, best standard. I finished just under rank 200 on the ladder last night, so I think that's probably good enough to ride out through the end of the season. I think we're gonna bottom this here since I have a colorless land. And like Animating Faerie can make this key a 4/4 for us. I mean, checking just before it ends doesn't really change anything, right? I've not seen any Arclight Phoenix decks. Getting a little bit punished here for not playing the Serpent out this past turn. Well, I guess the upside to missing lands here is I get to play this out as a blocker. Oh, we did play against an Arclight Phoenix. It wasn't very good. It didn't seem very good. I think the Phoenix version of after playing the Alliance deck yesterday, I would be very surprised if the Phoenix version of the Alliance deck is optimal. Deal. I'm gonna trade here. You guys want to play defense? Like, this Gargoyle's not doing anything for a while, and if I draw a land this turn, it's not going to be able to do anything here. I think I'm just doing this. No, actually, I'm gonna Serpent for 2 here. So this way, if they want to attack with Taijik, he has to die in combat. That's pretty punishing. Well, I guess we're dead.
I will defend the opportunity. I believe in you, friend.
Yeah, feels pretty dead, man. What's the interaction between protection and a trampler? That's another one that's just like really awkward and stupid, and why protection shouldn't have come back. So protection plus a trampler is very unintuitive. You have to assign what would be lethal to the protection creature. So basically, you assign damage equal to its toughness, and then the rest tramples over, even though you're not actually dealing damage to the protection creature. That's Death Touch and Trample, population 0. When you have Death Touch and Trample, you assign 1 and the rest tramples over. There are 20 lands in this deck. Or as I like to call it, Magic's an incredibly low variance game. So that doesn't do anything. I think I'm just gonna dig for like an actual payoff here, like a Steel Overseer. We'll probably use Animating Faerie to get a 4/4 next turn. The Subhead Crew one, would it be good? It might be playable. Good's probably a stretch, still. Okay. You have a 2/1 that draws a card. How about my 2/3 that draws a card? Hashtag busted. Rude. Rude. My poor 4/4 chat. What did my 4/4 ever do to you? We're super dead. super duper dead. Alright, my pile of protection creatures, let's go. One giant pile of protection creatures, please. Do I want Mystical Dispute? They have Omnath, Risen Reef, and the 2/1 flyer. A couple of these probably isn't unreasonable. Alright, let's do it. I mean, even Forge doesn't seem that good. Reading the card explains the card, Sunshine. Submersible doesn't say it has to be crude, just it has to deal damage. So, the card keeps the rest of its card text when you animate it with Animating Faerie. Nothing fancy there. They gave a bunch of people free stuff to celebrate the release. Oh, is it from the Mastery Pass? Yeah, I play this game as a full-time job, and even I don't understand how the details work. Does Emery mill both players? I thought Emery just mills you. Yeah, Emery doesn't help Gargoyle at all. Sounds like some fake news. Yeah, I thought everybody who previously had an account gets some stuff, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't know the details. Yeah. Yeah, 1 mana leak. Let's do it. You'll never catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Dunk. It's not the master best. Okay, yeah, I thought it was just a thing for everybody who's like, it's like a thank you for like being part of the closed beta. That's a good one to hit. Alright, you ready for a ginger beatdown, opponent? Let's go. Let's go. And if they trade here, like, that's fine, because it puts another card in their bin to make my gargoyle attack sooner. Beta, yeah, whatever, you know what I meant. For playing before they made a release. Should I have used Weaponsmith to activate the brutes? Nah, I don't think so. Cause it lets me block here, right? I think I'm pretty okay with this trade happening. Like, they took their entire turn to do that. Like, sign me up. You've estimated how much you would need to spend on Arena starting fresh account to have a decent card pool to enjoy Standard. I mean, it depends on what your definition of enjoy Standard is. If by enjoy Standard you mean have every card in Standard, then about 200 per expansion is accurate. 200 per expansion gets you basically every card in Standard. Do I hold up one for Mystic Dispute here? I don't think so. I think I just jammed this as a 4/4. The protection from multicolored has been, like, super relevant. 200 per set will get you basically every common, uncommon, and rare. With wild cards in consideration. You'll be short about half to 2/3 the mythics. Have you noticed any performance improvements in the client? No, there haven't really been performance improvements. The client is still a laggy, crashy mess. Arena was definitely pushed into a release to meet an arbitrary deadline set out by shareholders. Like 10 out of 10, that's the reason why this application released. Yeah, Silvo. Yeah, the arena as a whole is actually incredibly, having played other CCGs, arena's actually incredibly generous with, like, how much you spend to how much you get. 6. I want to just play a 4/4 here again. And I'll offer this trade. Yeah, play, and then the set name always gets you 3 packs. So play Eldraine gets you 3 packs. One of the things that's really elegant about Arena's card acquisition model is that your nth plus 1 deck always costs you less to build than your nth deck cost you. So the way Arena works, as you buy more decks, you incidentally have more cards for other decks, which is really nice. Getting a little punished for not holding Dispute up here, but making this a 4/4 I think is important. Thanks for the 9 months, Zach Attack. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. You'll never catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. No, it's definitely more... It's more by virtue of how the wildcard system works, right, Drekken? And how you can't dust things in Magic. So, like, you're forced to just... The way you can only get decks by buying packs, you just incidentally have cards. That very much isn't how Magic works in paper, right? In paper, you can buy just specific singles and then not incidentally have cards for other decks as well. Like, as someone who's spent 4 digits worth of dollars on Hearthstone and 4 digits worth of dollars on Arena and several $100 on various other TCGs and CCGs out there that are digital, Arena is definitely the most generous of all of them in terms of what you're getting for how much you're spending. At least from a whales perspective, I feel like Arena's done a really good job with that. Artifact. I think I hit 3 digits on Artifact. Let me look at my expense report from last year. What's my expense report from last year? Say I spent on Artifact. $2018 expenses says Artifact cards, $208 plus $50. I spent $260 on Artifact cards. I think we're dead, chat. I believe we have died. I believe we have died. Thunderkin does have haste. Alright, so we went 2-2. We beat Blue-Green Flash twice, which is kind of unsurprising because that deck's pretty terrible. So our deck that's also pretty terrible was okay there. We were able to get on the board quickly against them, which was able to kind of pump up the jam pretty quickly. Vantress Gargoyle, while being pretty bad at playing defense in an aggressive deck like this, once it was able to get itself turned on, it did close very quickly, being a 5-power flyer, so maybe there's something to explore with this and other shells. Steel Overseer just continues to be a very impressive Magic card when it gets going, and I think while I would be surprised if this card's ever competitive in Standard, I think this is definitely a card that you're going to want to keep your eye on if you're someone who's going to be exploring Historic, because this is a card that, as more and more artifacts get printed, this is a card that's going to eventually be busted while you could have a higher average quality of artifacts. I think there's any chances of a Gates deck to make a splash? Yeah, probably. I mean, none of the Gates Matters cards rotated, right? They're all from the current sets. We've not played any Feasting Troll decks yet. The card seems okay. I don't know, it's kind of expensive. Dies to Doomblade twice, which is nice, I guess. Hey, morning, Drock. Yeah, I plan to keep the schedule about 7 a.m. All right, we're gonna roll along to the Niv Fire deck up next. Before we dive into that, I'm gonna go ahead and run a quick ad break really quick, so don't go anywhere. Remember, non-subs, you're not gonna miss any actual content. I'm gonna just hang out for a couple minutes while the ads run, so BRB.